Imagine waking up in a sun-drenched apartment, maybe overlooking the Atlantic or a bustling European piazza. You open your laptop, check your bank balance, and it hits you. Every single dollar you earned last month is still yours. No federal withholding, no state tax, no surprise bill in April. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? A fantasy reserved for the ultra-rich, the jet-setters, or perhaps those with offshore accounts hidden in some obscure island nation. But what if you could legally pay zero tax? Well, here's the reality check. It isn't a fantasy. And you don't need to be a millionaire or a CEO or even have a private jet. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn the exact blueprint used by everyday people, teachers, designers, customer support reps, even retirees, are already using to drop their income tax rate to zero. Thousands are already doing this in places you've actually heard of. We're talking about a completely legal, ethical, and surprisingly accessible path to financial freedom without hiding money, without shell corporations, and without needing to renounce your passport. Ready to see the map? Because once you do, you'll see the rules you've been living by aren't what you thought. Here's the twist, the core idea that most accountants never say out loud, and it's surprisingly simple. Taxes are tied to where you live, not where you were born. Read that again, let it sink in, because once it clicks, the whole game changes. The common misconception is that if you're an American citizen, Uncle Sam has his hand in your pocket no matter where you are on Earth. And while that's partially true, the US does tax its citizens on worldwide income, it's far from the full story. There are perfectly legal, well-established pathways for US citizens to significantly reduce or even completely eliminate their federal income tax burden simply by choosing the right place to call home. This isn't about loopholes. It's about understanding and utilizing international tax laws and treaties designed to prevent double taxation and encourage global mobility. It's about leveraging a system that's already in place, but often misunderstood by the vast majority. So, how do people actually pull this off? The IRS does tax US citizens on worldwide income. That's a fact. But here's what most people miss. It also gives you legal ways to step outside that system. The two main paths are the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion, or FEIE, and becoming a tax resident of a country that doesn't tax foreign income. The FEIE lets you exclude up to $130,000 of earned income in 2025, salary, wages, or self-employment. If you make less than that, you can owe zero US federal tax. But it doesn't cover investments and there's still paperwork involved. That's why many expats combine it with the second option, zero tax residency, for a cleaner, long-term setup. The second path, however, is where the magic truly happens, zero tax residency. This is where you become a tax resident of a country that either charges no personal income tax at all, or crucially, only taxes money earned inside its borders. This is known as a territorial tax system. When you qualify for this, your foreign-sourced income, money earned from clients or employers outside that country or from pensions and investments located elsewhere, can be entirely free from local income tax. And if you also meet the requirements for the FEIE, or if your income isn't considered US-sourced, you can effectively wipe the entire plate clean. How is this legal? Simple. Every country writes its own rules. There are roughly 40 nations on Earth that either charge no personal income tax whatsoever or operate on a territorial tax system. They don't care about the money you make from clients in New York or a pension fund in London, as long as it wasn't earned within their borders. Their focus is on attracting residents, investment, and often skilled remote workers. The trick then is picking one that welcomes normal people, not just oil sheikhs or hedge fund kings. Let's look at some real-world examples. Take the Bahamas. No personal income tax whatsoever. English is widely spoken, the US dollar is accepted everywhere, and it's just a 50-minute flight from Miami. Picture yourself working from a beachside cafe, knowing your entire paycheck is yours. Or consider Panama. It has a territorial system. This means money wired in from clients or pensions abroad is untouched by Panamanian income tax. You can live a vibrant, affordable life in Central America, and your income earned from outside Panama stays in your pocket. Then there's the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. They charge zero income tax, boast modern hospitals, world-class infrastructure, and actively hand out one-year remote work visas. These aren't obscure, shadowy tax havens. These places are not hiding in the shadows. They advertise the perks on government websites, actively seeking to attract global talent and investment. The myth that offshore equals jail time comes from Hollywood movies about drug lords and illicit dealings. In real life, offshore simply means not inside your high-tax home country. It's a perfectly legal and legitimate financial strategy used by individuals and multinational corporations alike. If you follow the local residency rules of your chosen country and diligently file the right US forms, like Form 8833 to claim treaty benefits, Form 8854 if you're seriously considering expatriation, and the FBAR for reporting foreign bank accounts, then the entire setup is as routine as opening an online bank account. It's about compliance, not evasion. It's about being informed and strategic. Would you consider moving to a country where your income isn't taxed at all? Let us know in the comments. But here's the exciting part. The world is full of options, and the next countries we'll discuss offer even more rewarding benefits for expats, proving you truly don't need millionaire status to live this life. So where can regular paychecks actually feel rich? Where can your hard-earned money stretch further, buying you not just necessities, but an elevated lifestyle and peace of mind? Let's run the numbers and explore some accessible destinations that are actively rolling out the red carpet for remote workers and retirees. First up, Portugal. For years, its non-habitual resident, or NHR program, was a top choice, offering significant tax breaks on foreign income for a decade. While that original broad program ended for new applicants in 2024, it has been replaced by a new incentive aimed at attracting highly skilled professionals and innovators in specific fields like science and technology. For those who qualify, this new regime still offers a low, flat tax rate, but it is no longer the widely accessible option it once was. This highlights how quickly these opportunities can change. Next, let's talk about Malta. This small, sun-drenched island nation in the Mediterranean has a program where it can cap tax on foreign income brought into the country at 15% with a minimum annual tax of €15,000 no matter how much you earn. Think about that cap. It provides incredible certainty and stability for high earners. Malta is safe, incredibly walkable, and offers a unique blend of European and North African influences. Plus, fresh Italian food arrives daily by ferry. It's a strategic location, a beautiful place to live, and its tax regime is surprisingly expat-friendly. Then there's Paraguay, often overlooked but a true gem for those seeking simplicity and affordability. Thanks to its territorial tax system, your foreign income is off-limits to the local treasury. The path to residency is straightforward, though it does require a couple of visits to its capital, Asunción. What does that mean for your daily life? Street empanadas cost $1, fiber internet is $30 a month, and your residency card gives you visa-free access to hop around much of South America. It's a country offering incredible value, a low cost of living, and a clear path to tax-free foreign income. And we can't forget the UAE again, but let's dive a bit deeper into its accessibility. While it might conjure images of luxury, the UAE is increasingly welcoming to everyday remote workers. To qualify for their remote work visa, you typically need to show a monthly salary of at least $3,500. Abu Dhabi's pristine beaches are free, petrol is cheaper than a cup of coffee, and you can open a corporate bank account in 48 hours. The infrastructure is cutting edge, healthcare is excellent, and the international community is thriving. It's a modern, dynamic environment where your income stretches incredibly far. Now, compare these opportunities to a place like New York City, where a six-figure salary can shrink below 70 grand after federal, state, and city bites. The difference is stark. In these expat-friendly countries, your monthly budget buys a lifestyle, not just survival. That $2,000 a month from your remote job or pension can feel incredibly rich, providing comfort, adventure, and financial breathing room you might never experience in a high-tax home country. This isn't about being a millionaire, it's about making ordinary income provide extraordinary freedom. Which of these countries would you pick for your new tax-free home? Tell us why in the comments below. Okay, so you're convinced. The idea of legally paying 0% tax is no longer a fantasy, but a tangible goal. Now, how do you actually make it happen? This isn't a quick hop on a plane. A move abroad is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires careful planning, but with a clear roadmap, it's entirely achievable. Let's break down the essential steps to make your transition smooth and compliant. Firstly, pick the country whose residency rules match your cash flow and lifestyle. This is foundational. Don't just pick a country because it sounds cool or has beautiful beaches. Dig into the details. If you rely on a stable pension or investment income, territorial systems like Panama or Malaysia might be perfect, as they typically don't tax passive foreign income. If you earn active freelance income, countries like the UAE or the Bahamas keep paperwork minimal for active earners. Consider the cost of living, healthcare access, language barriers, and community fit. Do you need a vibrant expat scene, or do you prefer to immerse yourself locally? Research, research, research. Secondly, secure the right visa before you sell the sofa. This is a critical mistake many make, thinking they can just show up and figure it out. Most remote worker visas, digital nomad visas, or retirement visas require pre-approval. You'll generally need proof of stable employment or business incorporation, comprehensive health insurance valid in your new country, and a clean background check. Start the application process while you're still in your home country so you can show up with approval in hand, or at least with a clear understanding of the next steps. Don't underestimate the time it takes for bureaucracy to move. Some visas can take months to process. Next, rearrange your banking for global living. This isn't just about having a local bank account. It's about optimizing your financial infrastructure. Open a multi-currency account with a global bank that has branches or strong partnerships both in your new country and in the States. Think HSBC, Standard Chartered, or modern fintech solutions like Revolut Business. This prevents wire hiccups, minimizes conversion fees, and keeps your financial life streamlined. You'll need a way to receive income, pay local bills, and access funds easily. Also, consider how this affects your credit score back home. Maintaining a credit card or two with a US address can help keep your FICO score alive for any future needs. Now listen closely for this next step. Calendar your days meticulously. This is absolutely crucial for maintaining your tax-free status, especially for US citizens. The US Foreign Earned Income Exclusion requires you to be outside US borders for at least 330 full days in any consecutive 12-month period. That's nearly a year. Simultaneously, many territorial tax countries or those with special expat regimes often ask you to spend a minimum number of days locally, typically 183 days, to become their tax resident. You need to map both circles on the same planner. This ensures you qualify for the FEIE back home while simultaneously cementing your new tax residency abroad. Missing these physical presence tests can quickly unravel your entire tax strategy. Finally, file the correct paperwork with Uncle Sam. This is where compliance comes in. Tell Uncle Sam where you now live and claim any treaty benefits using Form 8833. This form is essential for declaring your tax residency in another country and preventing double taxation under specific tax treaties. Furthermore, if the combined balance of your foreign financial accounts tops $10,000 at any single point during the year, you must report it to the US Treasury via the FBAR, the Report of Foreign Bank and Financial Accounts. This isn't a tax form, but a reporting requirement. Miss the FBAR and the penalties can be staggering. It's cheap to avoid, but incredibly expensive to forget. Get this right. A common rookie mistake is thinking a tourist stamp equals residency. Many people arrive on a tourist visa, start working remotely, and assume they're all set. Not so fast. Banks abroad will ask for a residency card, or at least a lease in your name to open a proper account. Without it, you're still just a tourist with a laptop, and your home state will happily keep taxing you. You won't be able to establish local tax residency, potentially jeopardizing your entire plan. Other mistakes include not understanding local healthcare requirements, underestimating the cost of initial setup, or failing to research banking options adequately. A move abroad demands meticulous planning and understanding of the rules. What's your biggest concern about moving abroad? Let us know in the comments, or we might cover it in a future video. It's easy to talk about possibilities, but what does this look like in real life? Think about an online tutor with a modest monthly income from international students. By relocating to a country with a territorial tax system like Costa Rica, their entire income can become invisible to local tax authorities. With a lower cost of living, they could be saving a significant portion of their salary every month. By meeting the FEIE requirements and establishing foreign tax residency, they could pay zero income tax whatsoever. This isn't about being wealthy, it's about making a strategic decision to relocate. Or consider a retiree living on a fixed income from Social Security and a 401k. By moving to a zero-tax country like the UAE, their entire pension income can remain untouched. They can qualify for a retiree visa, gain access to world-class amenities, and enjoy a high quality of life, all while keeping their full retirement income. They don't need a massive nest egg, they just need to leverage their existing income streams in a smarter location. These aren't far-fetched scenarios. People doing this don't need a Big Four accounting firm or a fortune for consultants. They are filling out standard forms, finding places to live, and opening local bank accounts. These are normal people taking achievable steps to live a zero-tax life. These scenarios aren't outliers, they're blueprints. Paying zero income tax isn't a magic trick. It's a relocation project. It's a deliberate choice to leverage international laws and the welcoming policies of other nations. It's about picking a country that wants your money more as a resident and consumer than as a taxpayer. It's about following their residency rules, keeping Uncle Sam informed through proper filings, and in doing so, keeping the rest of your paycheck right where it belongs, in your pocket. The choice is yours. You can keep overthinking, wondering, and letting a significant portion of your income disappear into taxes. Or you can start Googling flights, researching visa requirements, and imagining a life where your financial freedom is truly in your hands. Either way, now you know the map exists, and normal people are already driving down that road, living more, saving more, and experiencing the world on their own terms. Now, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for weekly insights on living, investing, and thriving abroad, and leave a comment below telling us where you'd most want to live tax-free. Your dream life might just be a plane ticket away.